Good morning. My name is Daniel,
Good morning, my name is Alejandra.
and today we are going to present the FCE exam speaking test.
Okay, Daniel, where are you from?
I am from Cucuta.
Okay, how do you like to spend your evenings?
Well, I prefer to stay at home doing my homework. Sometimes I go out with some friends to do any kind of activity, going to cinema or things like that.
Okay, tell us about a film that you really like.
Well, I really love many movies, but nowadays I'm really enchanted with La La Land. It's a musical, so it's very lovely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Alejandra. So, what did you do on your last birthday?
Well, my last birthday I had a kind of surprise party. My husband made the cake and he invited some of my best friends. And we had like a small party in my house, and I received some gifts, and we played some games, and it was very fun to spend time with them.
Okay. Are you going to do anything special this weekend?
Well, as tomorrow is Mother's Day, yes, I'm gonna prepare like a surprise for my mother. I have bought some gifts for her, and I'm gonna make the breakfast. Then I'm gonna take her to the restaurant, and we are going to spend time with my sister, my daughter, and her.
Okay.
Okay, Daniel, I'm gonna show you two pictures. You are gonna compare them. The question is, what are these people enjoying about spending time in these gardens?
Okay, so in the first picture, there is a lady who's working on her garden, like um, watering or, I mean, fixing the plants and so on. And in the second one, there are a lot of people in a large garden who are spending time with family, like doing a picnic and so on and so forth. So I think that they both are different kind of activities to enjoy the garden. The lady is enjoying in her way, working on her garden, and the other people is spending leisure time, having fun with family and friends.
Okay, and which garden do you prefer?
Well, actually, I would prefer the second one, where
Why?
there is a large garden and a lot of people, because I'm not like good at plants. I mean, working with plants, and so I would prefer like doing a picnic with some friends and family and playing some games.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Alejandra. Now, I will show you a couple of pictures, and the question is, why it is important to help these people?
Well, in the first picture, I can see a soccer player. He maybe had an accident while playing soccer with his team. There is a girl that is trying to help him, and because maybe he hurt a leg or broke his leg, I cannot see it very well. In the second picture, I can see a policeman, and there is a lady that is asking maybe for some information. Maybe she's confused or she's lost. Maybe she's a tourist in the city, so she's asking for help in this situation. I think it's important to help people when they need it, because maybe I can be the one that is going to need help later in other situation. So if I have the opportunity to help someone, to guide someone, to give an advice, a suggestion, it is going to be helpful for her, for him, or for her. And then later in some other situation, I know that I'm going to receive the same favor from other people.
Okay, Alejandra. Um, Alejandra, is it easy for you to help to ask for people when you need it?
Well, sometimes it is not easy to ask for help, because if you are, for example, in the second picture, if you are in a different place, in a different country or city, You don't really know how people is going to react when you go closer to them. For example, in Bogota, people is always scared because they think they are going to be robbed or something. So it is not so easy sometimes, but if we need it, or if I need it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask for help.
Okay, Alejandro. Now we are going to discuss about some topics.
Well, the question is, what might people have to consider when making these decisions? And I'm going to talk about starting a family. And as I already have some experience in this topic, I already started a family and I have a kid. I think it is important to think in the future. Think about the things you want to get. Think about the things you dream, and if you are having the same dreams as a couple. About the kids, I think it is important to consider the opportunities you, as parents, you need to give them, and the opportunities in life that they are going to have. You need to think about the age, if you are in the proper age to have kids, to be a parent, because it's not an easy job. And you are going to be the example and the model for those kids. So it is important, that part. Also, the material things, I think we need to consider them. The material things you have to provide for those kids, and the things that they are going to need to be good, to be healthy, to be to have mental healthy, and well, that's my opinion.
Okay. Now I am going to talk about choosing a university. Mm, in my opinion, in my own experience as a university student, when I was about to take the decision of getting to the university, I have many things to consider. One of them was the money, the economic part, if it was affordable for me, for my family, especially my parents, because they pay my education. Also, the place, because the career I wanted to choose was not available in the city in the way I wanted, in a normal high education. So that is why I decided to study by distance education, because it wasn't available in other universities here in the city. Other things to consider was the quality of the university. Nowadays, if your university is certified, is qualified as a good university, so your diploma will be taken into consideration, and we have an advantage over some other professionals because of the quality of your university.
Okay, and what do you think about the idea of starting a family?
Well, in my case, I'm still young, but I would like to have a family, to share my life with a person, to have kids. But as you said, we have to consider, for instance, the material things, the things that we are supposed to offer to this family, and let's say the stability and all the stuff. However, I would like um, to build my professional life first
First.
before starting a family.
Okay.
And what's your opinion about, or what did you consider when you select your university?
Okay, I agree with you with the examples you gave. It is important the quality of the university. It is important to maybe to look for something that is going to really help you in the future. However, I consider that it is important also to study what what you really like. Maybe you didn't have the opportunity to choose that career, but we need like to guide ourselves and think about the things that we really like, because if not, we are not going to be happy in the future working in something that we are not going to see, well, like our dreams getting true or something like that. So I think it is important to study and to develop ourselves in this part of their life.
Yes, I highly agree with you because I think that that's the most important thing that we have to consider when choosing a university. That that we have the career we want to study and these things.
Okay, another aspect that I think it is important to consider, or another example in life, it's finding a job. Finding a job is not easy. So some things to consider when finding a job is that you need to find something. Well, maybe there are not so many opportunities at the moment, like talking about Cucuta in the situation we are economically living. But we need to take advantage of the opportunities when they are in front of you. Maybe it is not the time to be a manager, but if you need to support your family, you need to take the opportunities, work, receive your salary, and support the people that is around you and the people in your family that you want to help. So what do you think about it?
Of course, when we are going to find and to look up for a job, we have to consider if the company offer us a good incomes, if we're going to have stability, and if we have to provide many opportunities for our family as well. However, you made me remind me another aspect that we have to consider a lot in our life, and is getting married. We have talked about starting a family, looking for a job, for university, and many other opportunities that we have. But also this big decision that is getting married, I think in my case would be
A tough one?
a tough one. Yes, definitely. Like, finding a person that can match my personality, that have many diverse characteristics, not only physical but also emotional. Um, the background, family background, I mean, many things that we have to consider. But since I know that you are already married, I would like to know what did you consider when you took this decision?
Well, first, I think that we need to leave the steps, because nowadays young people are getting married because I love him or I loved her, but they don't really know each other. And I think this is important. So, in my experience, I met my husband, but he was my friend, and I didn't like him at first. So, we were friends, then we were more than friends, we were boyfriend and we were a couple, and then we decided together to get married. So we need to live the steps, we need to live the moments, and we need to enjoy those moments. So there is not a hurry to get married or to like living things not in the proper moment. So I think it is important. However, I also consider what you said. For example, the idea of maybe getting married, someone that have has different habits, that has different ways of living life, the character and the way we face difficult moments is also important to know the person in those moments, in the good moments, but also in the bad ones.
Yes.
Because it is important to see how they react, and if as you said, if we match that personality of not or not.
Yes. Well, thank you, Alejandra, for this
Okay.
conversation.
Thank you.